From author Brian K. Morris comes a tale of irreverent holiday horror, told with much inappropriate humor. Dr. Victor Frankenstein creates the spirit of giving himself. Ho, ho, ho! Santa-Stein, or the post-holiday Prometheus. Available at Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, and former mortician's assistant. Beware. Beware. That might not be a phone jingling in your pocket. Join the Nevermorians for morning mischief and madness at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 Central. Your sense of humor is the only thing you need to wear.
Good morning, and how the heck are you? Hey, hope the morning's already being good to you. It's Hump Day, people, and a very historical one, because it's a palindrome day, 012020. It's a wonderful, wonderful morning so far. It looks to be sunshiny out there in the Lafayette area, and we hope it's sunshiny where you are and a little bit warmer. Anyway, thank you for watching this morning. This is Nevermind the Furthermore. I'm your host, Brian K. Morris, because nobody else is probably going to be me, and we are glad you're here. Anyway, if you're watching us on Facebook, please, if you enjoy any part of this video, please give it a like or a love or something, some sort of reaction. Also, if you're, whatever page you're watching it on, whether it's the Rising Tide Broadcast Network, yes, it's a thing, or it's the Rising Tide Publications page, give the page a like too and show some support for the Rising Tide movement. All right. Please, if you're watching us on YouTube, which gets the broadcast signal actually about 2 seconds before those poor people on Facebook, so you know it's okay to feel a little superior there. If you're watching us on For the Better on YouTube on the Geek Insider page or the Rising Tide Publications page, thank you all for being here, whether you're watching live or on the repeat. We love you. Also, again, if you enjoy any part of the video, smash that thumbs up button. And also, please subscribe to the channel. We're on another move again, and we hope to take you with us because we got some good stuff planned for the upcoming months. And we are going to make this a 90-minute show today. Not that Cookie is going to be hungrier earlier, because I think you'll ought to be watching the inauguration. I think it's a good reminder that... and we're not going to get political, but as bad as things can get, we always can reinvent ourselves. There's always an opportunity for change, for potential improvement. And it's a piece of history. It is a piece of history, and we shouldn't be blind to it. We should be watching. I remember my parents made a point when I was very, very young. This was in 1964, and I was a fan of the Ed Sullivan Show. But she made me sit on her lap and watch the show. And I didn't realize I'd be watching future Monkey Davy Jones in the production of Oliver at the time. But she said, there's somebody on here I think you ought to see. And I think it could be historic. It's life-changing. You need to watch this. And it was the Beatles, their very first huge primetime appearance on TV. and it was so exciting. And I watched like the previous to that, I'd watched the proceedings with the assassination of John Kennedy. So I've had an appreciation of history. That's what got us where we are. And I think today would be a great day to watch the inauguration and send some positive energy out east. Or if you're in Florida, send it up north. You know where you live. But anyway, I think it's going to be a great day. And I really think we ought to be expending some positive energy and helping other people get to where they want to be, help them realize their dreams, help them get a leg up. Don't be backstabbing. Don't be sending out negative energy. I think that's we got to put the kibosh on that crap. But anyway, also want to say in closing here after my sermon there, yes, we're behind in the comments. I realize that. But also this show is powered by geekinsider.com. Check them out for their amazing list of shows, various geek broadcasts, as well as their morning weekday show, wildoneforever.com with Meredith Bachman. Wonderful way to start your day, whether you're a dude or a dudette. All right. And also this episode is brought to you by Plasma Fire Graphics. When the look of your book matters to you, check out Plasma Fire Graphics. Visuals are very important. That's the first thing people notice about a book, a record album, is what's on the cover. You can judge a book by your cover, and if you want to get your book to be looked upon favorably, then contact Jeffrey Hayes at Plasma Fire Graphics. He can do some wonders for you. Also, I want to thank our Patreon subscribers right there. For $1 a month subscription, you can get your name on every dang thing I do, whether it's a broadcast or an audio book. In fact, last night, these wonderful supporters of mine got an advanced listen on part of my audio book, one of my audio books that I'm working on. So if you want to get a taste of that, $1 will get you a little something. $5 will get you even more. You'll get to read stuff that I'm writing, works in progress, and $10 will get you copies of our audiobooks as soon as we put them up, and our books in PDF form. So anyway, thank you to our Patreon supporters. Please consider becoming one at www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris, and I'm done selling things to you. You can't make me sell more things to you. You must comment to me. And the first one here is Eric, not Eric, but the Trevor Hawkins. That's what the T stands for. He goes, hello at 8:37. Poor lonely man's wondering where everyone else. And Michaela Jade, Trevor, you are an overachiever. Yes, he is. He's awesome. Teresa Dunn, good morning, Brian and Nevermorians. May everyone have a great day. You too, Teresa. Hope your day is wonderful. And the guest on last night's Clever Tile Pending, we had a blast, and hope everyone else watching did too. Arise, Wednesday Morris Monster, arise, arise atop the valley of the Cleaves and milk the hills for all it's worth. Suckle on the teat of ecstasy and bring forth the appropriate climax down the valley of the cleansed bushes. Hashtag TARDIS cleavage. And if you want to know what the heck we're talking about, last night on Clever Tile Pending had a fantastic time with Christian Basil. Great broadcaster, Doctor Who fan extraordinary, and just a fun time. We always have a blast when the two of us get together, and last night was no exception. If you haven't watched it yet, please check out Clever Tile Pending last night on the same channel you're watching this show on, all right? And because he's here and because we love him, here's what you need to watch when you're not watching us.
This is the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to us wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Also catch us on the HWWS Web TV YouTube channel. Subscribe today and become part of the legend.
Oh yeah, cleaning out the old nasal passages there. Okay. It's like I'm having trouble breathing. What the hell's going on? Anyway, check out the Legends of Traveling TARDIS. Also, check out their Facebook page. They have over 50,000 likes and loves and adorations on that channel. Please check out the channel and find out why. And plus, he runs a great show. He really does. Christian does a great job. And the Skunk Rocker has graced us with his presence. Good to see you, sir. Morning, Brian. Morning, Nevermorians. It's good to see Christian's back in form. Honestly, he does that whole Rise thing better than I did. At least I tried. Hey, Skunk, you did a super job. Skunk is in line to replace me on Nevermind the Furthermore. If I were to surrender this broadcast, I would give it to him in a heartbeat. I really would. He probably does a better job of keeping up on comments than I ever will. But also, he would be good on. He might be fun. Language. You have to watch your language on the show. But Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, you probably have a good time on there, Skunk. That'd be fun for you. And good morning, everyone. Carl Witzman, good to see you. And you did find Skunk Rocker. You really did, seriously. And there's the man who coined the term the Nevermorians, and we must pay him honor because he's also a very talented writer and a good friend. Clyde Hall, hello and happy midweek, Nevermorians. Happy one to you. Hope you and Virginia are having a great week. Oh, and by the way, folks, I mentioned that we are going to close the show today at 11:30, so that you all can go and do your civic duty and watch the inauguration. And if you have Pluto TV, it is a free app. And today they are giving access to many of the major pay news services, such as NBC News Now, Sky News, Bloomberg TV, Cheddar, CNET, BNBC, Today, Newsmax, America's Voice, OAN. That's the most solid editorialize on that. DYT Network, Reality Network, Rescue 911. Wow, they're having it too. And Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, according to this. Black Ink Crew. And Hell's Kitchen. Now, I'm sure that's not it. No, that's not it. I'm reading the wrong things. But yeah, there's a lot of things here that the attendees are arriving at the Capitol building right now, even as we speak. Vice President Pence is making his way towards where the events will be. He will be the only person that will be of the major part of the administration that will be attending. The president has announced that he is not. And people are filing in at the Capitol building. Anyway, we've got history going on, so please, if you abandon me for history, I will understand. But anyway, Clyde, glad to see you. Hope Virginia is doing well, and you as well. Oh, and I'll agree to that, but Christian does it better than fine. Well, the thing is, we both have had more practice. Skunk, you have the fact that you haven't had practice and you do it so well is honestly quite amazing. And he's honed into an art form, probably a pornographic art form, but yeah, that's true. Well, as long as he's got a good pornograph to play it on. And so hungry, I might go to Waffle House just so I don't have to wait till 10:30. Oh, Waffle House. Oh man. You said I said Waffle House and my mouth started watering. I love Waffle House. And hey, Carl, porn can be an art form. I meant just look at the furry fandom. We're moving on. Oh, I'm not saying that it is. This is Carl Witzman and Ted Davies Artistry. Good morning to you, my friend. Hope you're having a great morning, you and Chrissy both. And great interview yesterday with Chuck Pinot on TED Talk yesterday. Fun show. Always glad to see Ted on there. And oh my gosh, the language on there. Oh, I was shocked. Anyway, but no, Ted has a wonderful show, part of the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Please check it out. Also, other shows that are on Thursday at 12:05, lunchtime at the Doghouse with Joe McKeel. And then that night, Skunk Rocker and Joe McKeel and a whole bunch of great people get together at 9 p.m. for Stupid O'Clock, as all times are Eastern, as they well should be, because otherwise I'd never keep track of them. But no, Stupid O'Clock comes on at 9. Then Friday, we're going to have another Nevermind the Furthermore, 11 p.m. on Saturday, another episode of Stupid O'Clock with Joe McKeel and friends. And special things, tonight on Blog Talk Radio, I'll be joining the Star Chamber, making a return there, and the guest will be Bobby Nash and myself. We'll see if I can get it word in edgewise. But we love you. BobbyNash.com. Please check out his work, okay? He's a fantastic writer. But anyway, Star Chamber tonight at 9 p.m. Please check it out. Also, Sunday at 7 p.m., members of the Rising Tide Broadcast Network will be appearing on Willow's Pillow Talk, 7 p.m., 6 p.m. Mid Central. Willow Schuyler is lost her mind and is going to interview us, and you can see her show on the Hangin' with Web Show Network and other fine, super fine places. But I'll be on there with Joe McKeel, Carl Witzman, Ted Davies. I think that's all of us. Who knows? Excuse me. And President-elect Biden is on his way to the White House right now. He just got in the limo, and everyone's saying hello to each other, and I love it. And, hey, sweetie, I hope you're talking to Carly. And anyway, Clyde Hall, Ted brought coffee. God bless the man. All the sales within him. And Lisa Malone, mwah, darling, manager to the stars. Anyway, keep us posted on that job interview. Hope you did well on that. Hope you still have time for the rest of us. Anyway, Lisa Malone is a wonderful lady and a fantastic agent. If you have a Kickstarter that you'd like some advice on, contact Lisa. Also, she was on Clever Title Pending with Kara Nicole a week ago Wednesday, and they were both fantastic. Made sure both of them got interviewed because they both have a lot to say. And also, Lisa, I don't know that I told you. I know I told Kara, but congratulations on the Kickstarter for Fire Bitch 2. That was expertly done. That was wonderful. And I just, I'm looking forward to the comic. I really am glad I was finally able to support Kara. It was more timing than anything and money. But no, you ran a fantastic campaign. I am very proud of you, and I think that everyone should be. And when I get mine going, I'm talking to you. All right. Oops, almost spilled my coffee pot. Anyway, we got the mini pot here at my hand. And John B. Pica, hello there, friends and foes. Happy new comic book day. Good day to you, young man. Good to see you, Citizen Pica. JohnPica.com. Back in the stereo box, 8 a.m. Saturday mornings. Gosh, that's early for an old man like me. But anyway, please check out that show. It's fun and entertaining, as is John. Good to see you. And always good to see Sarah. Mwah, darling. How are you this morning? It is always a pleasure to see the Dark Mistress of the Dark Church of the Rising Tide in attendance, darling. Hope you're feeling well today. Hope you're making a recovery over your ailments. And no, it wasn't COVID. It was just regular crap. And okay, I'm here. Joe Dog McKeel, mwah, darling, you're here. No, I'm sorry. I'm still on Sarah there, or wishing. Anyway, but no, and Joe Dog will be on the air. He owns Thursdays. He's going to be on at 12:05 with Lunchtime at the Doghouse. Always entertaining. Had a good time talking about grilled cheese the other day. Oh my God, I'm hungry again. And Skunk is like, shut up, Brian. But anyway, and then at 9 p.m. is Stupid O'Clock, that great after the convention conversation that you all love. You don't know where it starts, and you sure as hell don't know where it's going next or where it's going to end up. But it's always entertaining. So please check out that show. And woot, says Lisa Malone, darling, good to see you too. And let's see here, who else have we got here? And Michaela, yes, Trevor admits to being an overachiever. And Chris Hale, Chris, good to see you, buddy. It looks like you got your account back. I'm glad to see you, good sir. Hope you and the family are doing well. I miss seeing you in the God. Now it's been over a year now since I've seen you, dude. We gotta get a drinking party going. And Dark Mistress, I have liked on Facebook and liked and shared. Here's this Carly, mwah, Carly. If she doesn't thank you, I will. Thank you. And thank you to everyone who shares and likes this show. And speaking of people who like the show, I know this guy does. Good morning, my fellow Brian Nevermorians, says Brian Rodman, BrianRodman.com. Let us hump the humps of joy as we continue through this week and grab it by the ankle hairs and spin around like the ignorant hussy it is. Hashtag spine nibbles, hashtag lick the spine, hashtag laugh like a supervillain. Let's do this. All right, definitely. Good to see you, man. Hey, yeah, and I got some editing done on one of my audiobooks. Yes, I said one of my audiobooks yesterday, and I put part of it up on my Patreon page for people to hopefully enjoy. Looking forward to some feedback on it, actually, because we're trying something interesting with it. The second one, we're still in the process of editing. Santa Sign, that is going to be fun till Daddy takes the T-Bird away. Got to get going on that, too. Also, what have we? Also, about 2/3 of the way through my story for Pulp Reality number 2. It's a team up with Doc Saga and Captain Hawkland, although he's not a captain in this one. He's a second lieutenant in this one. But anyway, it's going to be a fun story. I'm having fun writing it. I hope you have fun reading it. And Trevor Hawkins is just desiring more Nevermore. Well, we're here for you. And much love. I love seeing the love. And Michaela, Jade is still in bed. Well, Christian suddenly is paying attention to the show. And John B. Pike, nope, I will not be watching the inauguration today. I've chosen to no longer participate in our political system, and I don't care. Well, that's your choice. It's your choice. The rest of it, but I'm thinking, what? No matter where you stood on the election, today we need to send that positive energy out east, and it's not anything political. It is just simply we need a change, and we're going to get it today. And I'd rather watch 12 hours of your show, Brian. I'll do a 12-hour show when you do, Christian. How's that? Instead, I will be reading new comics, working on the League of Impossibles webcomic, and editing. And Instagram, I see that the Hanging with Web show mentioned me. Thank you so much, Willow Schuyler. I love you as always. And come on, and Monarch Publishing just shared something on Instagram. Quit giving me notices. Leave me alone. And excuse me. But anyway, and editing new video for Back of the Cereal Box. Okay, as long as you're spending your time constructively, that is good. Yeah, I just don't want to see anybody seething today. We've had enough of that. And you can do the Arisen anytime you want to, brother, says Christian Basil. And it is good to be here, Trevor. I'm glad you are here. And Christian Basil brings more popcorn and nestles up with Michaela. And that audiobook sample sounded great. Thank you, John B. Pike. I appreciate that. We were using an AI called Speechlo, and it's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but live authors make mistakes too, and it's kind of a toss-up whether it's more difficult to edit Speechlo than it is to edit like a live talker. But no, I'm glad you liked it, John. We're probably going to post the rest of that later on, and it has some issues in there that I need to have Cookie address because she's at my editor. Anyway, Sarah's going to go into lurker mode and listen while in bed. I love the out of you too, sweetheart. You know that. I love telling you that. And anyway, we love you too, hon. And you take care of yourself. And just imagining you and Michaela are in bed right now. Anyway, is it that time already? Got to go, folks. And Nicholas Anthony Tucker greets us. Good morning, sir. Good morning, Nevermorians. Before I get rolling, I want to share the link to the G-Fund, the GoFundMe for the family of Ben Starkey. Yes, Ben Starkey, who was one of the guiding hands of Arcticon in Northeast Indiana, I believe. Gaming convention there, passed away early this week. From COVID-19, I believe. And so he leaves behind a widow and children. Please consider a donation of any size to that GoFundMe. I thank you, Nick, and I need to get on that myself. Again, thank you and please keep sharing that on my pages. All right, man. And turns away from the monitor so Skunk won't see your homemade breakfast burrito with bacon, egg, and Italian cheese. Oh, Carlene, I'm in love and I'm coming right over. And Ryan Permisson, good to see you, my friend. And good morning, Nevermorians. How are you? Star Trek Marathon continues. So far, First Contact, Nemesis, and Search for Spock are my favorites. Finished Pulp Reality, and it was great. Can't wait for the sequel. Please check out the Patreon for its nerd culture. Also, check out that show. It's also on the Hanging with Web show network. And it's a fine, super fine show with Ryan Permisson there. I'm glad you're enjoying the Star Trek films. A lot of them are good. Trying to think what else. Oh, and please, if you haven't already, Ryan, please consider leaving a review on Amazon for Pulp Reality 2, if you would. It helps us a lot. It's part of the algorithms things. And Nick Tucker says, Christian Basil, you had a heck of a show. It takes a lot of courage to be so open. I respect that, definitely. And Michaela snuggling with Christian and invites Sarah and Carly under the covers. Get the camera ready, folks. And Brian Robin, folks, yesterday Robin and I spent an entire day planning out the year as best as possible, and we have some fantastic things in store for you. 4 books being released, this many. Memoirs of an Angel number 7 through 9, and the Nebulizer number 1. More on that later. I will also be releasing a quarterly blog about the importance of art and story in a broken world. 2 sessions of the Dastardly Dingoes podcast with my dudes, Jeremy Woodring and Chad Nuss, and some extra goodies sprinkled in there. Busy year, but I'm ready. How about you? I'm ready for a busy year. I've already started. And I am ready to start putting out some art, putting out some audio, putting out some other great things that I hope will entertain some people. And we're just going to make this our year. Ted Davies had a great show with Chuck Pinot yesterday about how to make 2021 your bitch. That is my goal this year. We are going to level up. And we're going to level up together. The naysayers and the backstabbers, screw them. They're getting left behind in the dust. And the best way, if you have hate, and I was telling somebody yesterday, if you have haters, and you're going to, once you start succeeding, the haters come out of the woodwork, and it's beautiful. It means you're doing it right. But when they come out, what you do is you succeed. They hate nothing worse than that, than to see you succeed at what you do on your terms. So we have to be independent voices for creativity, but we got to work together to do it. That way we get heard and we help each other in the process. Joe Dog McKeel, there is one thing, again, most Americans can agree on, and that is half the country are idiots. I agree with both sides on that. Joe Dog, I'm with you. Every damn one of them is an idiot. And I'm including myself most of the time. I shave an idiot every other day. And Cookie sleeps with one every night. I don't understand. But anyway, I agree. Half of the country are idiots, and each side can. That's one thing both sides can come together on. And Teresa Dunn has a link for her book, Poetry Expressions, too. Please check it out because you need more poetry in your life. And Carlene's in full agreement with you, Joe Dog. And Amy Hale, good morning, all. Amy Hale's part of the. We got to get Amy Hale in on the broadcast, too. I forgot. Sunday night at 7 p.m., Willow's Pillow Talk. I got to make a note to talk to Willow about that because you're part of the broadcast network and we're on there. I don't want anybody to think it's just us dudes. It's a dudette too. Anyway, and Carly is going to finish her burrito before snuggling with Michaela. Is that a euphemism or something? Anyway, I hope it is. Anyway, Brian Robin says, pull back the curtain of this physical realm and enter the world of Memoirs of an Angel, a horror fantasy series about a ragtag group of infinite and finite beings who race through time and space to rescue a broken witch hunter from the clutches of the Dark Kingdom. It's Lord of the Rings meets The Exorcist, and you can join the adventure at brianrodman.com. And good morning, Grant Lankard, sir. Glad you were at the show last night. Lovely to meet your wife there, too. Morning there. Excuse me. Morning, Nevermorians. Sorry I'm late. I chose to shower over being here on time. If you smelled me, you'd understand. Well, I haven't sniffed you lately, Grant Lankard. Hey, when you go to conventions, you can offer yourself as a scratch and sniff option. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, Brian Rodman, nibble his digital spine and tickle his nubbies with the dollar bills. Tip our wonderful host at patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. And check out that amazing audio sample. So excited for more. Oh, thank you, Brian. I appreciate that. I appreciate that very, very much. Excuse me. I'm going to give a few days, and I'm probably going to post the rest of it. And there's like the thank you stuff, and I don't think that's very important, but we'll post the whole thing up in the $10 range once we're done. But anyway, like I said, or like Brian said, if you like what you see and you want to support what we do here, pardon me for that. I'm sorry. But anyway, please, check out www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. Also, Brian Rodman has a Patreon page, as do many other people like Amy Hale, John Pica under the impossiblest name, Remelian, and whole bunch, and the Eric Hawkins. Please check out there's and was it Kara Nicole has one. My friend Francesco has one. He's an amazing artist. If you like good girl art, he's the guy to follow. Even $1 gets you peeks at good stuff from him. But anyway, please check that out. Brian K. Morris, we have a lot of cool things, I think, to offer. And we hope that you'll check it out sometime. It's only $1 a month. Will get you some stuff. All right. And Brian Rodman, thank you for that compliment on the audio sample. I do appreciate that. And Eric Hawkins, morning to you, the Eric Hawkins. Hope you're having a great morning, sir. There's somebody who's going to level up in 2021, I predict. And Brian Rodman says the Dastardly Dingoes podcast is back in the studio and recording this week. Be on the lookout next week as we are our first episode of season 3 featuring JD Calderon and his fantastic creative endeavors as we harass him with questions for your pleasure and enjoyment. It's going to be a good time, folks. Catch up at the Dastardly Dingoes address there. Fantastic podcast. Love the hell out of that. That is a glorious, glorious experience, both being on it and listening to it. And also, JD Calderon is a great guy. He is a lot of fun. What a great creator. And Joe Dog McKeel says, I am glad I don't have any more shows today. Already logged 3 hours on the camera. I need a nap. That's with 2 shows. Wow. Excuse me. Yeah, this week's going to be a busy one for me. And then tonight I've got a podcast appearance on the Star Chamber on Blog Talk Radio. The fun just never ends, Joe Dog. I'm telling you, this is what the big time is like, I hear. And Brian Robbins says, be on the lookout later this week for a special announcement regarding the Kickstarter campaign for Memoirs of an Angel #7. I'm so excited to share this issue with you. It is the most action-packed issue yet, and you don't want to miss this. I agree. We got, and let's see, and Brian Rodman, I think I've got you scheduled for a clever title pending. We got all kinds of cool people coming up. Yes, Brian Rodman will be on the show March 9th, talking about Memoirs of an Angel and the Nebulizer and other great projects. So please check it out. And Grant Lankard says, what am I again? The Dark Ambassador? Anyway, the Dark Ambassador strongly encourages everyone to like this video while running his fingers along a baseball bat menacingly. Now you've got the appeal there, man. That's how you win people over, is with that kind of charm. I love it, Grant. Good idea. Also, check out monarchpublishing.net and sign up for Grant's monthly newsletter. It's awesome. And speaking of awesome, there is the one, the only Kyle Guthrie. Join Glowcat and Skunk Rocker every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central for Scrubhouse Video Club Live, a discussion on schlocky cinema, from cheesy horror films to brainless action flicks, dumb kids movies to insane martial arts pictures. The Scrubhouse Video Club loves it all. So easy to watch with 3 different platforms, mainly Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. SVCL is rated WebMA for language, and it is considered NSFW, which means I think it's nifty, super fantastic, and wow, which means you can, when you're at work, turn up your speakers all the way up. All right, in the event of a water landing your oh, dude, that was good. And Trevor Hawkins is keeping it straight. You're the Dark Ambassador, Grant. And I think I got myself in trouble. Christian Basil, 12-hour show challenge accepted, Fezboy. All right. You do that, I'll do a 13-hour one, man. We'll just see if we can keep upping each other. And Trevor, and everyone's going, yeah, let's see you two fight it out. And Christian's going, up yours, Fezboy. But anyway, Brian Rodman has more. How do you like it? How do you like it? Speaking of upcoming Kickstarter campaigns, be on the lookout for announcements about our spring release, the post-apocalyptic adventure/comedy miniseries, The Nebulizer, about a chronic asthmatic and his feisty AI-controlled nebulizer suit as they fight through a post-apocalyptic world filled with allergen mutants. I love that concept. It's Bubble Boy meets Mad Max. Sign up for the newsletter and get updates at brianrodman.com today. Definitely check it out. Cool. Excuse me. And Christian Basil is in bed with Carly, Sarah, and Michaela. I can truly die a happy man. At least give me 24 years in this situation. I get that reference. Is one of them going to get you your own little TARDIS diary and such? And, oh, sorry if I'm oversharing on Instagram, Brian. Maybe you created a monster. I have, sir, and I'm glad to see it. May the lightning bolt of creativity and productivity strike you often, young man. Okay, arise. Wednesday Morris Monster, arise. And squish Christian for calling you Fezboy. If I do that, Skunk Rocker, I save Christian $20 downtown, if you know what I mean. Anyway, John B. Pica, speaking of reviews, I need a handful of people to post a 5-star review of Back of the Cereal Box podcast on Apple Podcasts. It takes a few seconds. It would help me immensely. John actually asked for 4 or 5 stars, because if you get too many 5 stars, people start thinking you bought them. Seriously, I had that happen to me. I had, like, my first reviews on Skyman were all 5-star reviews, and I had somebody go online and say, well, this guy obviously bought them all because they're all 5-star reviews. Nobody's book is that good. And I actually, this is the only time I've ever replied to a critic that I didn't know. And I said, listen, I've got enough in my wallet. If I were to buy reviews, you think I'd buy only like half a dozen of them? I mean, seriously? No. But no, seriously. But John does raise a good point. If you like a show, please support it by giving it reviews. Or if you like books, give them a review. Or if you like the authors, review his book. I could use some more reviews, some honest reviews. That would be great. Pardon me. And people are making their way into the Capitol building there. We're keeping track of that. And by the way, we are leaving at 11:30, so y'all can watch the inauguration. I really think you should send some positive energy out there. Nick Tockert says Ben was not taken by COVID-19, but by a heart attack. Oh, okay, good. I got the impression it was C-19. I didn't see a lot on his anybody's website about it. When things settle, I will be redoubling my efforts to improve my health, and through the Historical Fencing Guild channel, I hope to help others on that journey. Well, that would be great, Nick. That would be great. Let me know what I can do to help you. All right. But yeah, I'm just sorry I never got to meet Ben in person. We were going to meet at Arcticon this year, but of course, because of COVID-19, that didn't happen. But I talked with him several times online. Seemed like a charming man, and I really was looking forward to meeting him. So, but such was not to be. But anyway, may the memories always be golden. Jeffrey Hayes, what a great Wednesday morning. Have a fantastic day. You will if you go to PlasmaFireGraphics.com, who are sponsoring this episode. And the show, we love them. And Jeffrey, we love you. Hey, Jeffrey, I got to ask, especially since you did that wonderful shadow print and gave away a copy of the shadow print on Clever Tile Penning when you were on. What have you seen what may be the cover to the new shadow book? We will talk about that in 1 minute after a word from our sponsor. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you. It matters to your readers, so it better matter to you, too. So anyway, yeah, Jeffrey, real quick aside, it was posted on a couple of the Pulp fan groups on Facebook where James Patterson, yes, the famous author and marketer, James Patterson, is releasing a brand new authorized book based on the Maxwell Grant's The Shadow. However, the cover doesn't look anything like The Shadow. He's a guy in a fedora and a raincoat with a suit and a beard and a domino mask. We're hoping it's a placeholder book. And also, I remember reading when when Patterson was announced that he said he was going to write the book himself. He wasn't going to pass it off to a sub author, but instead he has done just that. So I admit I want to read that book to see how far from the Shadow legend it deviates, but by the same token, I'm not going to buy a new copy. I'm going to buy a used copy. I'm sure I have a feeling there'll be plenty by the time that a couple months after that hits the market. But anyway, Jeffrey Hayes, he's Plasma Fire Graphics. Great work. You saw that video. He put that video together too, by the way. Plus he does all of our trailers now for Rising Tide Publications, and he's great to work with. We love Jeffrey Hayes, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, my friend. Christian Basil is watching us from YouTube, and he says, 16 watching, 12 likes. Don't forget the Dark Mistress is listening, and she has pointy sticks. And in fact, right now we have 17 people. Please leave a thumbs up on YouTube if you would. Please give it a like, and please, if you haven't already, please subscribe to whatever page you're watching this on. All right. Brian Rodman says, excuse me, if you need an amazing trailer or promo ad for your project, go no further than JeremyWoodring.com. Jeremy is my amazing co-host of the Dastardly Dingles podcast and is a fantastic producer. He has created all of my Kickstarter videos and has a trailer in the works for Memoirs of an Angel. Get your project out there and in people. Put it in people deep, deep, deep where they'll remember it most. And in people's faces and let Jeremy help you. He'll hold them down. But anyway, Brian Rodman says, venture to CKOEPP and treat yourself to some amazing works and a great newsletter. Cindy Kemp is a fantastic human being who is absolutely going to level up this year. I just know it. I agree. Plus, she is a wonderful crochet artist. I love this thing so much. I really do. She sent that to me, and I didn't ask for it or nothing. She is awesome. She is fantastic. And Ted Davies Artistry says inauguration starting. Excuse me. You all have a great day. Much success, everyone, and thank you, Brian, for all you do. Ted, you, man, are a great voice for the community. Thank you, brother, for all you do. And you and Chrissy have a great rest of the day. And yes, right now people are moving into where the inauguration will take place. Various dignitaries are lining up. There's going to be various security is going to be tight on this one, kids. The security is going to snap like a well-made army bed. You know what I'm saying? A quarter's going to bounce off that thing. Lots of security. I'm watching on NBC News right now via Pluto TV, a free app you can download to your phone or iPad. I'm watching on the iPad right now, and let's see. Can I expand that picture? Let's see. Is this it? Let's see. Hold on. There we go. We got a full screen there now. Yes, people are still moving into these staging area. People I don't know. And it's a little hard to tell with everyone wearing masks right now. That's something my wife works with a number of people who help drive vehicles at Subaru. And she says that when this whole thing is over, they're not going to recognize each other because they've only seen each other from like the bridge of the nose on up. So, but yeah, police are in place. I am hearing there are thousands of troops, not just Capitol Police, but National Guard. The military is there. And this, again, is not political, but I've been gratified to see so many people being arrested for what happened on January 6th. What a blot on the country. But anyway, mostly because it's breaking and entering, people. And I saw that the woman who stole Nancy Pelosi's laptop was taken in. And I don't believe it. Selfies are being taken at the inauguration. What? What the heck are we talking about? Oh, and they're interviewing Al Gore. I didn't recognize him. He's let his hair go silver. And he's former vice president of the United States under Bill Clinton. There were several people under Bill Clinton. But anyway, Christian Basil says, a skunk rocker, that was Fez, boy. That's right. Spell it right with the I. Anyway, Rick Bradley, good morning, Nevermorians. Good morning to you, Rick Bradley. Good to see you. And Joe Bachman, good to see you, brother. Good morning, Nevermorians. Another fine day in Northwest Indiana. Another day of beating my head against the wall while learning iOS coding. Oh, my God. I am not up for learning coding. There are times when I'm thinking, I have some ideas for the broadcast network, and one of them would mean somebody's got to know some coding. So I have not ventured forth with my opinion on this yet, but no, good luck with that. Seriously, I know how difficult that can be. And Carl Wisman inquires, don't you have a TV, Ted? Second monitor, phone? You don't have to listen to the words over there. I'm not listening to the show. I'm watching out of the corner of my eye. Excuse me. Rick Bradley says, everyone, please go and check out his Amazon author page at www.amazon.com/Rick-Bradley. Check it out. Yeah. In fact, Rick, let me give you a hint there. You can actually just make it, your thing is www.amazon.com/author/Rick Bradley. And that way you don't have to put in all that other stuff there. That'll get you to the page. That's a little help there. And if you can get a bit.ly address, that helps even more because you can personalize those and make them easy to remember. And who's walking in now? He's getting a solo shot, so he's got to be someone important. I can't tell who it is. It might be Joe Biden is walking into the Capitol building. But anyway, Joe Dog McKeel, who's far more important, says, I have 4 shows on the books tomorrow. And see Armchair Rocket Science at 8:55 a.m. and lunchtime at the Doghouse at 12:05. Stupid O'Clock at 9, and then the Stupid After Show at 11. And he's calling for help. I can't understand. I keep forgetting about the after show. But anyway, you shouldn't. It's great. And Grant Lankert says, my wife woke me up this morning cheering when it was announced that the president had officially left the White House. She was freaking out so bad I thought a bug had crawled up her pajamas. Well, for a lot of people, this is going to be a happy day. However you voted, and I don't give a damn how you voted. I really don't. The thing is, this is a fresh new start, and this is another chance to get it right, which is how we should treat every day. And I'm seeing an ad here for what is currently the CBS streaming service. I saw yesterday that they're going to change it to Paramount Plus and add a whole bunch of content. And Philip DeFranco had a good commentary on it yesterday. You know, that we may be reaching a saturation point with the cable access or the streaming channels. That it was initially going to be an alternative to the expensive cable and satellite services, and now there are so many, though, especially ones with unique content. Oh, they're bringing back Supermarket Sweep. Oh dear God. Anyway, but no, there's so many streaming services now that it's actually, if you got most of the major ones, it's now more expensive to get those than cable. But anyway, Brian Wensloff, good to see you, sir. You notice you've been checking out the end of the show. I've added another video to the rotation. Anyway, so let's ask the most important question of the day. Who's ready for The Boys season number 3, episode 6, entitled Herogasm? I must say the Eric Kripke has balls doing that story arc. I haven't watched The Boys, so it doesn't matter to me. Anyway, but I'm glad it matters to other people. Pluto TV is taking a pause for the cause right now. It must go to the bathroom. But anyway, if you got an answer for Brian Wentzoff, let him know. Also, check out Reels and Heels Saturdays at 2:15 p.m. And Rick Bradley, on my Amazon page, you can get all 4 books that have his weird creativity. Nightmare Collective, Marvin's Night Out, Tales of the Weird and Strange, and Pulp Reality #1. Many more to come. And I have a complete set of them. And and it's rejuvenated me. I tell you, I'm 64, but reading Rick Bradley's work, I don't feel a day over 63. It's great. And John B. Pike at the back of the Cereal Box Facebook page is nearing 1,000 likes, but we need your help to go over the top. Please like the page if you haven't already. Check it out. Do so. And Grant Lankert, I'm going to keep one ear on the inauguration and one eye on Brian. Everyone should keep an eye on me. That just makes sense. And I think, yes, Bill and Hillary Clinton are now entering the area. They are descending the steps, and I think my honey has come home. She had a chiropractic appointment this morning. But anyway, the Clintons have arrived, and there's Big Jet Airliner carrying me too far away on the shot. I don't know what that's supposed to be. That's what you get when you have no context. Anyway, Brian Rodman says, join Andrew Morris and his wonderful podcast, What the Niche podcast, which explores different creators and the misconceptions that come with different worldviews and professions. It will one day be an NPR segment. I'm convinced of that. This is absolutely a show to add to your list, folks. I got to check more of those out. That is a great, great show. And Carl Westman says, I've got Pluto TV News on the other monitor with captions. Nothing happening now anyway, which is how we want it, Carl. We want nothing to happen. I read too much chatter. And Nick Tucker says, one of the best part of working on a certain RPG series, role-playing game series, means I can see what is coming down the pipe for Terraform Comics. Luke's new stuff is just going to keep getting better and better, and though I rarely get hooked on alternate covers, what is he doing with the Killing Fields is going to be iconic. Yeah, I saw he posted some great background art yesterday. And, that's something I meant to leave a comment for him, that Jack Kirby did the same thing. If you ever get a chance, look at the original cover to Fantastic Four #1 back in 1961. The detail in the backgrounds, and it's not overwhelming. It is just enough to give you the inclination. Hey, there's bricks on that building. Hey, those are windows on that building. And the inauguration area, Bill and Hillary Clinton have just entered that area, keeping you posted on what's going on. And Ninja Genko, good morning to you. How the heck are you? Good to see you watching us on YouTube. Hope you are doing well this morning. And Carl Westman says, oh, look, 2 guys in masks are hugging each other. You usually have to pay extra to see that. Yeah, so much for that damn social distancing thing, huh? And George W. Bush and Laura have just shown up to the inauguration. So it's star-studded, people. When will the Kardashians and Kanye show up? What next? And Rick Bradley says, I was pretty upset when I didn't get to go to my first con, but now instead of one book, I'm going to have have at least 4 to bring with me. Like Monty Python saying, always look on the bright side of life. Hey, didn't I tell you, Rick? Nothing succeeds like success, brother. You're getting there, man. You're more prepared than I was when I started my journey. I still have I found photos of me with just one lonely book. Poor Santa Stein was about to die of loneliness. Oh, but it's worth it, man. It's so worth it. And back of the cereal box from YouTube says this Saturday AM, the pinup cosplayer Del Memphis takes over the show along with her pinup friends to talk retro, geeky pinup and cosplay. A not miss episode. You must see that. Excuse me. And Barack Obama and Michelle have just entered the staging area, and a photographer just clapped Michelle on the arm. What? I will suppose now that you just kind of like friendly, like way to be here, glad you're here. And now I'm just wondering when the Secret Service is going to like wrestle this man to the ground and cripple him. But anyway, check out Back in the Cereal Box, 8 a.m. this coming Saturday. And good morning, Brian K. Morrison, the Nevermorians, Terry McIver. Glad to see you here making the show international. Hope you all got your pardons in the mail. What I do, Terry, is I probably could get a pardon, but it's unforgivable. Legal Eagle had a very good. He's been doing some 1-minute shorts on things related to the presidency and the inauguration, and he had a great one. I think it was yesterday. Excuse me, about whether a pardon can be annulled, and it turns out that there is a precedent where I want to say Andrew Johnson or Grant or Ulysses Grant sent out pardons to 2 men. One man did not receive it. I guess you have to receive it like a similarly to a court summons or a subpoena. Well, one didn't get it, and then the president said, "Okay, wait a minute, I'm canceling them both." And the guy who didn't receive his was canceled because I guess it has to be in their hand. Now the other guy did receive it. And so the courts decided, no, you cannot annul that. So, unless those people are not getting their their pardons in person or by hand, I guess they're going to be good. Although I did hear that the president did not sign any for himself or his family. And the honor guard is helping all the ancient folks to their seats as Carl Witzman, which is probably about 70% of who's up there. So, yeah, they're helping them, just listening to their bones snap as they walk down the steps. Nick Tucker, I have a question. Does anyone in the Rising Tide Network know anything about getting board games published? There are companies that do it on I don't know any that do it on a print, like books, like you can get a print for hire thing, but there are, but I don't know. I'd have to research that. I know there were some, but I'm not aware of any now. Board games, that's interesting. That's a good thing to find out. Jumping off here to watch the inauguration, Brian Romney, good to have you here. Thank you for everything you do, my friend. And back at you, sir. Thank you, man. You do a lot for the community. You're a boon to us all. Have a great rest of the week, everyone. And remember, don't wait for your week to be yours. Make it so. Hashtag bring Cookie home. Hashtag feed Cookie. Hashtag spine nibbles and laugh. Hashtag laugh like a supervillain. Will do, Brian Robin. Brian, thank you for being here, man. Enjoy the inauguration. We still have about an hour and 5 minutes before the new president, number 46, Joe Biden, is sworn in as president. And so we'll keep you posted on this, what's going on. Carl Witzman says, that sounds like a good show, John B. And good morning again to Ninja Ganko. Good to see you as always. And Joe Dog McKeel, I'm considering falling back on past work experience and opening an auto body repair shop. I am leaning towards the name AutoCorrect. Oh my God, that's brilliant. That is so good. Yeah, and your tagline would be something along the lines of, you won't be unhappy with what our results. And I think it's the Supreme Court justices have just shown up to the staging area for the inauguration. Well, they're going to be needed. And Joe Bachman says, I almost spit my coffee when you made that Clinton comment. And that's the thing. Luke Stone kept, he kept telling, of hybrids and sons of gods, kept telling me, Brian, how do you get away with saying all that ridiculous crap you say? Because what got him was one morning, and I think it was a spit take moment where I had mentioned something about being passed around like a cheap prom date, and apparently he painted his monitor. But you gotta watch me. You gotta watch me, Joe Bachman. You never know what I'm gonna say. In fact, I don't know what I'm gonna say, which makes the show fun for me. And hey, Joe Dog, you serious? Joe Dog, McCaps is Carl Witzman, and back to work. Listening in though. Well, we'll be here for another hour, half hour and 4 minutes. So, and more people walking in there, people getting there. And the guard saying, "You sit there. You sit there." I said, "Sit there." I didn't say you could sit there. Get up. Sit down. Don't talk to your talk to. Hey, Johnny Pike, I performed magic for Vice President Al Gore at a private party in Nashville and got one of the best quotes and stories of my career. Oh, that's very cool. That's very cool. And very good, John Pike, the storyteller on YouTube. Check out his page and subscribe, please. And I want to start an Indian restaurant called Nonsense. Oh, Grant Lankard. Oh, my God. I love Oh, man, that's great. Oh, and the new Supreme Court justice is there. All right, keep and see what you're missing, people, by not watching the news and wasting your time here. Anyway, Joe Bachman says, I'm close to actually submitting my first app to the Apple App Store. Oh, beautiful. I already submitted it once for beta testing, but there are a lot of cosmetic things I need to address before releasing to the masses. Well, one thing, Joe, if you don't do it already, send it to some people who are familiar with whatever the app is about. And, I don't know if they've beta tested. I'm sure you've done that. Send it to other people for beta testing. But also send out your art and see if your packaging and see if it might appeal to people. And some people coming in multicolored. Everyone's dressed in black. I don't know what that's supposed to be, but we have 3 ladies. One's in pink, one's in kind of a light brown, and the other one's in white. They're supermodels or something. I don't know. Since I don't have the sound on, I'm not really sure who it is. But they're looking fashionable as they descend the walkway. And I think Ted posted a snarky remark to me, then retracted it. Dang it, was probably a real good one. Yeah, really. And I wish he had, because I'd have read it on the air, and then he'd commit to it. Anyway, Nick Tucker says, seriously, I watch BKM on TV, which makes responding through YouTube difficult, so I comment through Facebook. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Nick. I appreciate the extra effort. And keeping phone on Carl, Brian's still on YouTube while I watch the TV. Ted is taking it in with all 3 eyes. It is great. Good way to multitask, young man. And Rick Bradley says, I keep meaning to get a Bitly address, but I don't remember until I post on air. Well, Bitly addresses are very, very handy. For instance, let's see. Oh, here's one. Like, you can sign up for my monthly newsletter at Bitly or http://bit.ly/RSNGTD01. See, and it reminds people of your product, Rising Tide. See? How very cool, right? But anyway, bit.ly.com, and it's a free service, so you can absolutely use that with impunity. So, and anyway, we're glad you're multitasking too, Nick and Ted. And let's see. Okay, we got our place back. The really fun part is Brian's actually going to see the message and not the retraction. Yeah. Another argument for me getting a producer so I can keep up on this stuff. The Boys is very good, but terribly vulgar and over-the-top violent. Well, so's the comic. I love the comic. I finally read the whole thing there. Read the big volumes of those. That was an excellent comic. And I would watch The Boys simply for Carl Urban. Carl Urban can do no wrong, as far as I'm concerned. And as far as I'm concerned, he is the Judge Dredd really. But yeah, no, I don't watch the shows like that. I'll probably get the DVDs the Blu-rays one day and watch it that way and binge a lot. But I just don't keep up on current TV unless it's Doctor Who. Nick Tucker says, "Oh, absolutely, the streaming services are insane. I am increasingly more interested in YouTube and YouTube alternatives as independent creators. Frankly, mean more to me than the big guys. Same here. Same here." And Vice President Pence has just entered the staging area, being escorted down the steps. Anyway, but no, I agree. I am, a lot of the major YouTubers are people that deal with like gaming, video gaming, which I don't do anymore. They deal with stupid stunts, which I don't care for. Some of them are the best description I heard the other day was oxygen thief. Like the Paul family. But I do like Philip DeFranco. I like a lot of the ones that teach you things. Mark Rober is a freaking genius. And I watch a lot of the legal stuff, which has been helping me very much as a publisher and creator. So yeah, YouTube is now my jam now. And book launchers. I love book launchers. Julie the Book Broad is wonderful. And in fact, I won one of their contests, and that's how I got this piece of swag here, book launchers. And it's a really soft exterior. I love it. I keep my records of my broadcasts, my viewership in those. So very happy about that. So yeah, I'm the same way. I'd rather support smaller creators than the big ones anymore. And Brian, where can I find that new Shadow book cover? Go to one of the pulp groups on Facebook. I can't remember the one that Ron Fortier. Look up to Ron Fortier, Fortier. He probably has posted it on his page. Or if someone else can provide that link for John, that'd be great. I'm just blanking on the name at the moment, John. I'm sorry, but it's a crappy cover. It really is. I was talking with artist Rob Davis of Airship 27 about it. He said that it looked like something a self-publisher would do. And I said, no, self-publishers have more pride than to put out something like that. It's bland. That's the problem. It's bland. I mean, I look at those old George Rosen covers or the Jim Steranko covers of the 1970s. OMG. Those were amazing. Beautiful, beautiful works of art. But yeah, you see the old original pulp covers, or even the stuff in the 60s and 70s, and this just looks so god awful. And you can't tell it's the Shadow. He doesn't look like the Shadow. So if you're trying to, and they don't use the Shadow logo, so if you're trying to tap into that fandom, you're failing. You have none of the iconography that would be a touchstone for the dedicated fan. And I can't say that if I were coming into it fresh that I would be at all, just looking at that cover, that there's nothing. He's a guy in a suit and a mask. That's all. He could be the Phantom Detective. He could be your crazy Uncle Waldo, for all I know. Likes to stand on street corners and stares longingly at the schoolyard. I don't know, but there's just nothing excited me about that. And plus the idea that James Patterson said I remember distinctly, he said he was going to write this himself. And already he's passed it on to one of his ghostwriters, or actually not a ghostwriter. They are getting credit for it. So, but yeah, I'm not impressed. I would, if he had gone to Jeffrey Hayes and PlasmaFireGraphics.com or Jeremy Woodring, he would have got, Patterson would have gotten a far better cover. Seriously. Joe Dog McKeel says, about an auto shop, that means I would have to go back to work. What do you think? Says Joe Dog McKeel. Well, we can't be having that. Jeffrey Hayes says, I've not seen the new Shadow proposed cover from your description. I hope it's just a placeholder. I do too. I really do. Because if that is... Well, it could be also, that could be the hardcover edition, and there might be a good one for the paperback. But no, there's nothing there that says Shadow in the classic sense to me. Now, the Shadow, I think, could be modernized, and I have no problem with that. And President Trump has just arrived in Florida, which is, President Trump is something we can say for only another 56 minutes now. So, but no, Joe, Mike Pence, the current vice president, is now in the area with the other visiting dignitaries awaiting the inauguration. But check it out, Jeffrey. I'd love to hear your opinion of it. I really would. And yep, President Obama and Michelle are there. Skunk Rocker says, you and I both know that managers don't work, Joe. There we go. And Michelle Obama looking fabulous. She passed for a supervillain with that big buckle. I noticed that. That's one of those things you expect like a villainess to wear. And who knows? And Kanye certainly tried to get in. Yeah, he did. Yeah. Yeah, and what does it say when a Kardashian thinks you aren't classy enough? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, just bad boy Brian. Anyway, I love my current boss right now, but if you started a business, I'd rather work for you because you're a really good dude. Skunk Rocker, I'd agree. I would enter the workaday world if Joe Dog were my employer as well. And Angie Dudas, good morning to you. Mwah! Good morning. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're keeping Grant in line. Do you realize he's been wasting his time watching some stupid YouTube show for the last hour and 5 minutes? He could have been working, man. That's income. Anyway, my pardon and my latest stimulus check are both lost in the mail or something. Yeah, I'm waiting for my pardon too. The only time I have a pardon is if I expel gas or something at the dinner table. Then I have to generate my own because I'm generating. Never mind. Anyway, author Kathy Jackson, sending the love. And we love you right back. Check out Kathy Jackson's books on Facebook. Also, please, please, please check out her amazing inspirational romance books. And if you like your romance with a little spice, author Kathy Jackson's the babe to talk to. Anyway, glad you're here. And so is Trevor Hawkins. And the Skunk Rocker says, hey, Nick, there's a website for that. It's on print on demand, similar to Red Bubble Butt. But for board and card games, trouble is I don't remember the name. Yeah, I used to know one too, Skunk. And it was print on demand, but I don't remember it right now. I think the setup fees were, I understand setup fees though. That makes sense, but I wish I could remember. Nick, send me a PM and maybe we can research this today together. Anyway, Brian Wesloff, I think the streaming services are not the issue to worry about. I don't think they're an issue anyway. It's the internet providers that will still control everything since they're still running things. You can't have these services without internet, plus no one is forcing you to get all the services. Just get the ones that interest you. They all have something for everyone. Choice is always good. Yeah, but a lot of people want the choice that the cables give them. And yes, a service may have 35,000 things, but it's the unique content that is the difference. And some people, as you probably can identify with, don't want to wait. They want to watch it right now. And so, you could be like me, screw all of them. But anyway, but no, we don't have free internet anymore. And that's one of the things I really hope that the new president will take a look at. And that's bringing back a little bit more net neutrality. Right now it favors, right now, the way the law reads, it actually favors the streaming services more than it does the individual. And frankly, I'd rather that bandwidth be shared with you and me rather than some multi-billion-dollar corporation. So I'm very much a populist, I guess. Anyway, Scott Crocker says, I was keeping them in mind when I lived in Knoxville because a friend of mine and I were working on a card game, but we never finished it. I was working on not a collectible card game, but a card game at one point, and that never went anywhere. And Trevor Hawkins says, John Pica met the creator of the internet. Yes, indeed. And happy inauguration day, says Jeffrey Hayes. Make it a great rest of the week. Cheers. And check out plasmafiregraphics.com. And we're going to take a moment because they're sponsoring this show, and it is a good day. Let's share the wealth. Check out plasmafiregraphics.com when the look of your book matters to you. I'm watching the inauguration and doing a show. And now Cookie's here, drinking cough syrup. Straight from the bottle. Looks good. I may have to get some of that later. I've been coughing too.
I left just some I can share.
Okay, thank you. I can get more. I can go out today and get more. Anyway, that was Cookie. Oh, and Kamala Harris, our new vice president to be, is now entering the area, marching proudly down the halls. Well, she should. Another big day, folks. This is, I'm seeing cracks in the ceiling, if you know what I mean. And they're having some, I don't know why, but NBC just flashed on January, they're in this one area that they're at, and flashed on January 6th when other people were in that area. That's not the image we want today. But anyway, please check out Plasma Fire Graphics when the look of your book matters to you. Jeffrey, have a great day. And Bobby Nash, BobbyNash.com, AbrahamSnow.com. And Brian and I will be inaugurating the Star Chamber show live tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. You should join us. Yes, you should, because you can ask your questions of the Star Chamber. Also in charge of the Imaginarium convention in Louisville, Kentucky, which I hope to be at. Bobby, I hope you get to come down to that, or up for you, given you're in Georgia. I would love it, get a face-to-face meet with you, take you out to dinner or something. But anyway, check out Star Chamber tonight on Blog Talk Radio. It's going to be a fun show, and it always is. And I'm looking forward to being on there with Bobby Nash. All right. And that joke's a skunk rocker. And that is the Biden grandkids. Oh, is that who they are? Well, they're very fashionable. We haven't had kids that fashionable, I think, since probably. Oh, I remember, who was it? Jenna Bush and her sister. I was single at the time, and like, wow. X&G Studios has joined us just in time. Morning, all morning, Brian. Morning to you, Jody McPhee. Hope you're having a great morning. And don't forget, the 30th of this month, I will be on X&G Studios interview show, and I'm looking forward to that so much. I really am. And Scott Crocker says, okay, I stand corrected. Usually when that happens, the comment goes through anyway because of how StreamYard works. Sorry, I guess he caught it in time. Maybe he caught it before a comment dump or something. Joe Bachman, the app is for random HMA asphalt sampling. Okay, that lets me out of the peer group. I've got a few of the other inspectors in my company playing with it to try to break it. So far, it's running perfectly. Just need to adjust some of the spacing. Well, good. That sounds good. Oh, actually, Joe Bachman, I don't mention this often, but I worked in construction for a year, and I took classes. I am a level 1 asphalt technician. I still have my paperwork. I'm a level 1 asphalt technician, and then I got another job. Anyway, see, I have some really good on my 4K TV. Good for you. Something. Okay. And CKOEPP.com. Good morning. How y'all are? We are wonderful. How the heck are you? And I notice nobody's talking to Joe, or nobody's talking to Mike Pence. I wonder why. Anyway. They had a shot of him on NBC News, and the current vice president kind of looked like, that guy that used to date that bitch, and they're still resenting what she did, and they're taking it out on him. How could you let that woman in here? Anyway, Cindy Kemp, glad to see you. And please check out Cindy Kemp's work on Amazon. Also go to CKOEPP.com. Check out her beautiful website. It loads wonderfully. You can navigate it wonderfully. And also please sign up for her monthly newsletter, which is a read. It is a definite read to have. And Christian Basil snuggling up with the Dark Mistress until she is better. And autocorrect will be the death of civilization as we know it, says Christian Basil. Yeah, I think it's going to start a nuclear war one of these days. Skullcracker says, when Pence entered, did they play the Imperial March? No, they were saving that for someone else, but it was he's in Mar-a-Lago by now. But and Kamala Harris did go over and say hello to Mike Pence, and all the reporters are like, Mr. Pence, would you move? We need a shot of the real vice president now. Anyway, yeah, and people are just somebody just cut in front of Pence. Poor guy. I'm starting to feel sorry for him. And somebody's talking to her, and he's like, you want me to rough up this white-haired guy to your right? And she's like, not while the cameras are running, but if you take him out back, that'd be okay. I can see that happening. Yeah, everyone's saying nice things to her, and just there's Mike going, that's what happens. Anyway, a very stylish group of people. And Brian, says Nick Tucker, I think a great many people are here for the comfort, even though it might be historic, the calm of watching you, the trusted face and voice that got us through the early days of the pandemic. You too often underappreciate your value to your viewers. I think Thank you, Nick. I think many of us do. I really do think watching the inauguration will be. I think in a lot of ways it will be therapeutic. That's the way I view most of the inaugurations, where it's like a new start, man. And the thing is, I think we can use it. We have too many reminders of how bad 2020 was. And of course, the My Sharona Miley Cyrus Peter pandemic will still be with us for many months. We still may be dealing with it in 2022. There are now 2 distinct mutations of the virus. And one of them one is pretty fresh, we don't know a thing about, and the other one is actually faster incubating than the original. But that's natural. Okay, but we do have a vaccine. It is rolling out. It will get to everyone eventually. We just have to do the smart things right now. Mask up, wash hands, stay 6 feet apart, unless you really, really like them. And you know who I'm talking about. You know who you are. But anyway, no. And people are still filing in. Who's coming in here? Oh my God, it's Elvis. No, wait. But first of all, excuse me, I had to sneeze. Told you I had to sneeze again. Didn't cover that one up. But anyway, but no, we got more people. Andrea Mitchell, the chief Washington correspondent, is talking right now. And anyway, a whole bunch of people filing in. I don't know who the hell they are. So anyway, because I'm not listening to it. Anyway, Cindy Kepp says, check it out. So I think we should. Smash Words, me. Thank you. I am on Smashwords. I am on. Oh, and there's Joe Biden and his missus entering the area now, where they will be fawned over a lot. But anyway, so now all we're doing is waiting for the stragglers and for the ceremonies to begin in 44 minutes. But anyway, Cindy Cat, please check this out. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And Angie says, P.S. You're like your bow tie. Grant wears them too. Well, that's why Grant and I get along, because he's such a stylish dude, and I'm trying so hard. Angie, thank you so much. Mwah. And you gave me a suggestion last night. That's on my list. That's on my list, hon. And someone brought a baby to Washington and Jay wearing WTF, asked Carl Witzman. Yeah. I lived out there. The funny thing about living out there, I lived out there for 1 year. I got out there about November of 1969, like a day or two before the Mets won the pennant that year. And then I stayed till about, I think it was like June of 1970. I wasn't even out there a full year. My mother wanted to come home very badly. Didn't like it out there at all. But we stayed out there one winter, and I understand it's no different now. But because the Washington, D.C. area is filled with so many transients, because of politics being what it is, that we got like 1.5 inches of snow. Now, 1.5 inches of snow here in Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, isn't even worth talking about. Except you got to go out a few minutes early and scrape off your windshield. But out there, the freaking city came to a halt. I mean, they had 1/2 inch of snow. It was barely covering the ground, and they're pulling the city buses off the routes, and they're canceling schools already. And my parents and I were like, what? And it was funny because nobody knows how to drive in it stuff. And we lived in an apartment complex with a winding pathway to get to the various parking lots through the various buildings. And part of it was uphill, kind of like an incline about like this, which is nothing to us in the Midwest. And we were seeing people like swerving off, hitting other cars, just losing control. And people were sitting on their balconies in the apartments watching the debacle. And then we're up there, we could feel every eye on us. It was like, here come the out-of-towners. Watch them get crashed. We just went straight up into our parking spot, and we're like, what? What the heck are you people watching this for? This is nothing. The winters out there are not fun. They get cold, but certainly the snow, at least most of the time, is they paralyze the city, and most of us in the Midwest are like, meh. So, but anyway, Cindy Keps, this is fun too, which is my stuff on Amazon. Please check out our work on Amazon. Thank you, Cindy Keps, CKOEPB.com. And on a good note, says Joe D. McPhee, T-3 pages before issue 7 of Amazonia is finally penciled. That's awesome, Joe. Great, thank you for that. Oh, and Jared Love, good seeing you, brother. I haven't talked to you since Kokomo and didn't get to see you very much there either. Legal Eagle is a good YouTube channel. I love Legal Eagle. I love his sense of humor. He does get political sometimes, but I can't say I don't disagree with him. But anyway, he and Joe Biden is waving to the crowd. But no, I love it too. I love it. That and Viva Fry, who is a Montreal litigator turned YouTuber, and right now it turns out Montreal is under a lockdown, and a curfew to boot. That the curfew is, and Joe Biden's pointing at people. I know you, and Kamala Harris are standing opposite each other, and. But anyway, but yeah, Viva Fry, right now he's doing nightly reports from downtown Montreal where he lives. And the lockdown is the curfew is so total that the only way you can go out is if you are walking your dog. And you still have to have paperwork for this. Someone got arrested for walking their husband. But the thing is so total, they've closed down businesses. You can't go outside, even if, like, say you need food, you can't go out. You have to buy it before 6:00 at night. And city buses are running on, empty. There's still some essential workers that use public transport, but the city buses are still running and they're totally empty. But anyway, and you need Stompy Robots, says Cindy Kev. Anyway, Jareth, it is good to see you here, man. I hope you are doing well, my friend. Seriously, I do. But Cindy Kev says you need Stomp on Robots and you need Nicholas Tockard to help you with that. Check out his games on Amazon right there. Also, the Simple Sword is a wonderful reference work for any writer or artist, anyone that deals with bladed weaponry. And Manda is making progress on her next book, so please follow her. Sign up. You can follow people on Amazon like you can on Facebook and YouTube. I am followable, but go to www.amazon.com/author/Amanda Tockard. And if you go to replace that with Nicholas Tockard, you can follow him. If you put Brian K. Morris, you can follow me, Amy Hale, Michaela Jade, Cindy Cap for sure. Any of your favorite authors, Bobby Nash. Follow us on Amazon. Every time we release something new, you will be notified. Cindy Kemp says The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS was a blast last night. If you miss it, you can catch up to it on YouTube. Yes, it was a great show. Christian Basil was, as always, an amazing guest. And thank you for being here, Cindy. And we both loved your humor. You brought the jokes, as always, bringing the funny. That's our girl. CKOEPB.com. Please check it out. And we've got about 8 minutes left in this broadcast. We'll try to catch up. I don't know why, but the way you pronounce iconography reminded me of an old MUD I used to play called Iconoclast that was set in a Blade Runner type dystopian future. That takes me back. Skunk Rocker, I'm glad to help you, sir. And Cindy Cap says, woo, wolf. Check out Amanda Tucker, Coy Wolf. Great book. You'll love it. And check out the Historical Fencing Guild Friday night at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern Time on YouTube. Nick Tockard is a wonderful host. He has so much freaking energy. And whatever's in that, and you think I drink a lot of coffee, whatever that Kickapoo Joy Juice he's swilling down, by God, it's rocket fuel compared to this. And I'm not saying I make my coffee strong, but water is merely a formality. And actually, I think the etiquette is that we call them president for the rest of their lives. Yeah. It's Amy Klobuchar, the former presidential candidate, is now giving a speech before the public. I liked her. I really liked Amy. I'm hoping she has more of a future in politics. I really enjoyed her stand on things. But anyway, yeah, I know you got to give them that respect. And yeah, there's a number of people I don't think we should be calling them president. I'd rather call them officer. That's the man. Joe Dog McKeel said, well, close to that time. Go be with Cookie. See y'all tomorrow on one of my shows. And everyone, Friday at 10 a.m. Joe Dog, you have a great day. And follow Joe Dog. He is part of the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. He's going to be on tomorrow at 12:05 with Lunchtime at the Doghouse. Please check out that show. It's such a good show. Joe, you do such an amazing job on that. I'm so proud of you. Proud that we are allies in this. And also check out Stupid O'Clock tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central for some great conversation there. You will love it. Christian Basil says, want to help the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS grow? They go to paypal.me/Traveling TARDIS. That's their tip jar, and you can get merch at that address there, the Legend of Traveling TARDIS.com. Also, we have merch too. We have many people that have signed up to buy a Rising Tide Publications coffee cup in 4 adorable colors. It's covered in a box that ships it to you safely. Brian Rodman's a better person having purchased his, for instance. But anyway, we've got all kinds of merch too. Piggybacking onto here, but please support the Legend of Traveling TARDIS and check out Clever Tile Bending last night because he was fantastic. Cindy Cap says the back of the cereal box is the bomb diggity. You can check that out on 8 a.m. on Saturday mornings on YouTube. And Dastardly Dingoes, you can catch them on YouTube too. They run fast, but they are catchable. And check out that show. It is a lot of fun. Skunk Rocker says, Brian, the one I was talking about didn't have any set fees or anything. The printing company just took a percentage of your sales, like with Redbubble, TeePublic, etc. Oh, okay. Yeah, I wish I could remember what that was. Nicholas, please get with me, maybe with Skunk Rocker too, and maybe between the three of us, we'll find out some places you can get some help. And Bill Sarnard 76 for all the vintage cartooniness you need. You crave. Bill, Senator Roy Blunt, for a Republican from Missouri, is now talking, hoping to punch the other representative from Missouri in the face, that Hawley guy. But anyway, haul off and slug him. But anyway, Cindy Cat, please, is endorsing Sarnard 76, the artwork of Bill Sarnard, where everything old is new again. Please check it out. And multitasking. And not only did I meet Al Gore, I transformed him into a prepubescent jerk. I think he had a head start on you. Anyway, Cindy Cap says, don't forget to tip your host. Thank you. If any of you would like to send a one-time donation that helps maintain this show, we've gotten some necessary computer repairs thanks to my loyal Nevermorians, and we do appreciate you so much, Cookie and I. But we have a tip jar at paypal.me/Rising Tide, capital B, capital K, capital M. Please check it out. And all contributions will be gratefully and privately acknowledged. Seriously. And poor Cookie. Yeah. Al Gore. Okay. And she nearly tripped on the stairs. Oh, dear. Yeah, we've got a short in the light somewhere. It keeps flickering. So I got to take care of that today and bring Cookie home. We got to bring Cindy Cap home, too. And Harris will be sworn in as president within 3 months. John, I don't know about that. And her hub, now Carl, shame on you. Nobody's whiter than I am. And go to Patreon and support a bunch of Rising Tide folks. Seriously, several of us have Patreon pages. Myself, Brian K. Morris, as well as John B. Pica, as the Impossibilist, also Brian Rodman, Remillion, who is here, Anna Maria Salvaggio, who shows up here every now and then. Also, Amy Hale has a brand new one. Please give her some support. And also Cindy Cap, 2 brand new Patreon people, both of whom seriously deserve and merit your support. So please send them something. Brian Wesloff says, actually, it doesn't favor the streaming services. It favors the internet providers, aka the cable companies. Spectrum, Comcast, Cox, Verizon, etc. Disney and Netflix, along with a few other companies, tried to get it overturned and said it wasn't fair to the consumer. They don't care about the consumer. They just care about their own product. But they got the bulk of the benefit from it, Brian. Yes, it was through the big internet providers, but that's so, like I said, there are people on the internet trying to do shows like you and I do, and we don't get the exposure or the cable bandwidth that, or get any of the bandwidth, that we would like. How many times has this show gone all 8-bit because, there's not enough internet to be had in my neighborhood? Nope. We will agree to disagree, Brian. We will. And I thought I was the king of pale. Not while I'm alive, pal. And sign up for Rising Tide's newsletter. It is fantastic. Thank you, Cindy Cap. Yes, our newsletter, please go to risingtide.pub. You can sign up there. Also, if you have Facebook direct messenger, send me your your email address. You will not get any spam. We're not going to sell, buy, trade your contact information. And you get inspiration, motivation, and education in every issue, as well as a special video that only the subscribers will ever see, as well as some other goodies like secret links. You can discover marble racing and 3D slot car racing. It's a lot of fun. I love that stuff. And CityCap has some old school moves that'll show you some Gamelit Flash Fic for free. Check out her stuff. She is a fantastic artist. And welcome to Brian's Inauguration Day watch party. And Carly says, don't worry, Carl, you'll always be the king of pale to me. Aw, that's so sweet. And CityCap says, nuts. Okay, out of break, y'all have fun. I'll have to catch up to you later. If you weren't there for Clever Tile Pending last night, you can still catch it on YouTube. Please do. And you got to go watch it. Fantastic as always. Cindy Kep, thank you because you were there bringing the funny. Cindy Kep was great, had some fantastic questions. That's why she is the chief interrogator of this operation. And also, Christian Basil was a joy last night. It was a lot of fun. We hope you'll catch that show. A lot of people catch it on the flip-flop. So, and please go to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS page on Facebook and give that page a like if you haven't already. He's got over 50,000 supporters on there, and wouldn't be a party until you're there, okay? And she try and get supportive and get laughed at. I know, Carly, ungrateful wretch. I'm telling you. And now he's backtracking. Oh no, sorry, Carly, you are so supportive. Love you. We love you too. And Dr. Jill Biden. Okay, I was wondering who that was. Okay, well I know his wife's name is Jill. Is she a doctor? I didn't realize that. Or if I did, I forgot. Now, who's waddling up to the stage now? Okay, anyway, Carlene says, thank you, but I'd appreciate it you more if you got me a frozen hot chocolate from DQ. Okay, I get that. I get that completely. And if you ever get to, what is the name of the place? We've got one in West Lafayette on the edge of town. They have great, like, their version of the blizzards, but it was like vanilla ice cream with nuts and pineapple and coconut. It was a kind of a tropical thing. It was fantastic. And so the full scheme of Carly's plan comes to light. Yes, indeed, Carl, and you are her victim. And Joe Dog McKeel says, I just learned one of the reasons why Biden's speech pattern is what it is. He is a stutterer. He is regulating his stutter. First try was blocked YouTube. Haha, but you showed them. Skunk Rocker says, well, only about 10 minutes left in the show. Now less than that. So don't die. Watch the inauguration of Feed Cookie. That might be more important. That will keep us alive. So anyway, let's go through we are 1 minute over, and not a blizzard, a frozen hot chocolate, and doing my wifely duties. And check out Grant's work and share with friends. You are a good wife. You are a good wife, and he is very fortunate to have you. Rick Bradley, everyone say creative, and thank you, Rick Bradley. And let's see, here we go. And let's see. Oh, I think there is a precedent for an asterisk for the name or title of an impeached president. I don't know that there is or not, but you look at some. The thing is, in about 20 years, these, look at Bill Clinton is now considered almost like an elder statesman, like Nixon was before he died. He went through the House trial too, but he didn't. He was not really impeached. He resigned before the impeachment papers could be delivered. So anyway, Nick Tucker says, I want to thank my patrons on Patreon who allowed me to get my ergonomic keyboard to keep creating content and running my channel. They have a huge surprise in the works. Definitely check out the Patreon page of Nick Tucker. I'm proud to be on there with such great stuff. And Carl Whitman says, if you excuse me, I have to get warmly dressed and trudge out to the van to go to DQ. Bye all. Carl Whitman's been good knowing you. Anyway, folks, we are going to take this time out to the Reverend Father Leo Jeremiah O'Donovan is delivering the invocation now. We are about, as we record this, we are about 27 minutes away from having a new set of leaders in the government. Congratulations to Joe Biden and Kamala Harris for their campaign, and everybody keep them in your thoughts. They're going to be bringing in some fresh talent and some new ideas, hopefully, and hopefully we will all, well, I'm not going to say hopefully. I'm going to say, damn it, we're going to rise together this year. And we can do it if we're all rowing in the same direction. Carl, I'm going to take your comment off here. And thank you all for your commentary this morning. Thank you for understanding. But honestly, folks, at this point in time, go to, and I'm not often telling you go to your TV sets, but right now Pluto TV is running several services that will let you watch the inauguration live. Please watch the inauguration. You are watching history today. And the thing is, it's a fresh start. This is where we start to erase some of the errors we've made in the last few years and hopefully get back on track and have a prosperous year. And I don't think there's any room for negativity. There is no room for, oh, we can't do it, or I don't want to see somebody else get ahead. This is where we all row in the same direction. Pardon my itch. But we all create, we all help each other promote, we all go rising tide on the world. I don't want to make it sound like a religion. We kid about the dark church of the rising tide here, but it's a movement among us. And a lot of us have gotten to benefit from the rising tide philosophy. And it's not, what can you do for me? It's, what can I do for you? You know, John F. Kennedy had the classic speech about ask not what your country can do for you, but ask what you can do for your country. When you look outside yourself and help others, you help create a better world. And today, hopefully, the nation takes a step towards that again. And meanwhile, in our own little corner of the world, we can control what happens to us. Some of us actually rose during 2020. Because we wouldn't allow it to keep us down. And we hope that you will do the same, that you've also got a hand to help somebody up to your level. And think unselfishly. We will do this because there's no room for selfishness in this. If we're going to get out of this alive, we need each other. All right. Although we never get out of it alive in the end, but while we're here, we can make a splash in the rising tide. Thank you all very much. Keep up the great work, Brian. See you later. Carly, love you. I really do. And tell Carl to swing by Lafayette and get me a hot chocolate too, frozen hot chocolate too. Anyway, folks, and yes, he is such a good hubby. He really is. He's one of the best. And we got to get together at 9 Irish. Cookie and I are ready for this. But anyway, we'll talk about that later. But anyway, folks, we hope you have a great day. Again, thank you for understanding. Go wade in the history. Make history this year, all right? And we'll see what we can do to help you all. And the inauguration is starting to begin. Someone is coming out. It's Lady Gaga. I'm not joking. It's Lady Gaga just walked out there. OMG. She looks great, though. And it's a fresh meat dress. Now I get you guys to watch. But anyway, Andrew Morris, good to see you. Brian Robin and the bromance continues. Pandemic be damned. We can't be stopped. Andrew, glad to have you on board the Rising Tide, brother. We need to talk more, you and me. Anyway, everyone have a great day. Don't forget, sign up for the free monthly newsletter at Rising, that address there. Also, go to risingtide.pub and you can sign up there as well. It's free. It comes out the first of every month at 5 p.m. So, or also, like I said, we will not give away, sell, rent, spindle, folder, mutilate your contact information. It stays with me, and we don't give it out to anyone. So please, 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 sign up for my monthly newsletter. Unique videos, education, motivation, inspiration, every issue, and secret links and quotes. Excellent stuff, we gotta say. And she's singing. Oh, she's singing the national anthem. Oh my God, I do want to watch that on the rerun. She's got a voice. OMG, she's great. Anyway, thank you to everyone watching. If you stuck with us through the whole show, Lord love you. We love you. And if you're watching us on the rerun, we really appreciate you too. You could be doing anything, but you chose to be with us, and we appreciate it greatly. Thank you to Plasma Fire Graphics for sponsoring this episode. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you, it matters to your readers. It matters to the people who may be needing to check out your work. So check them out. They've got they can do your book cover. They can do advertising graphics. They can also do trailers like you're about to see in a minute or so. So please check out Plasma Fire Graphics when the look of your book matters to you. PlasmaFireGraphics.com. Also on Facebook, because they're awesome. And if you're watching us on Facebook, especially on the Rising Tide Publications page or the Rising Tide Broadcast Network page. Please give the page a like. Please subscribe, and also please give this video a like if you've enjoyed any part of it whatsoever. Also, if you're watching us on YouTube, on the Brian K. Morris Rising Tide Publications page or the Geek Insider page, please thumbs up on the video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please subscribe. It's very important to us. It helps us a whole heck of a lot. Doesn't take any time, doesn't cost you a thing except a few seconds, and we appreciate it so very much. Also, let's see what else we got going here. Also, later today at 9 p.m. tonight, BobbyNash.com. Bobby Nash and I will be on the Star Chamber on blogtalkradio.com at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. The Star Chamber is always a fun listen, and I'm excited to be on the air with Bobby. And Bobby is like, what has my career come to that I have descended to this? But anyway, no, it's going to be a great show. Looking forward to talking with everybody in the Star Chamber. Please join us tomorrow, or tonight rather, at 9 p.m. on blogtalkradio.com. Now, also tomorrow at 12:05, Joe and Joe Dog McKeel for another episode of Lunchtime at the Doghouse, and also 9 p.m. Stupid O'Clock. Plus, he's got Armchair Rocket Science a couple times during the day. So check out Joe Dog his page and all, because he's got stuff coming up tomorrow. He's on the air constantly tomorrow, and it'll be wonderful. Friday, Carl, I can't remember. Are we having the Green Room, or we'll announce that on Friday whether we have the Green Room or the Drunken Rant and Uncle Carl's Secret Humor page? But Friday will be on at 10 a.m. Oh, the ASL lady is out doing her thing for the Hard of Hearing Challenge. God bless them. I love that stuff. Part of the inauguration. But anyway, we're getting away from that. But anyway, also Saturday at 11 p.m. Stupid O'Clock. Check it out. Joe Dog McKeel and Skunk Rocker and friends deliver some great conversation, and very cool. And 7 p.m. Sunday, Willow's Pillow Talk with members of the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. It's going to be great. Also, and I think that's it. So anyway, folks, things are heating up in Washington. Please get to your TV sets and send some positive energy that way. Send a prayer or two for the people who lead us and for each other. Positive energy makes a difference. If you don't believe that, nice knowing you. We're going to have to leave you behind because you're not part, because the Rising Tide sends out that positive energy like a dynamo. So please do your part. I'm going to be watching it. Hope you will be too. Remember, Pluto TV is running it for free. It's a free app that can go on your phone or your iPad. I'm watching on my iPad right now in widescreen. Anyway, we'll turn the sound on once we're gone. But anyway, folks, thank you very much for being here. Appreciate you all greatly. Hope you have a great inauguration day, a great hump day, a great new comic day, just a great day in general, and see what you can do to help someone else have a great day as well. All right. Anyway, folks, this is Brian K. Morris, speaking on behalf of all the Nevermorians and the Rising Tide Broadcast Network, and thanking GeekInsider.com for powering this show, and Meredith Walkren in particular. So, folks, as always, on this brand new day, Kamala Harris is taking the vice presidential oath. We'll see you guys later. Have a great day, and remember, stay smart, stay safe, wash your hands, and never apologize for being awesome. Have a great hump day, everyone. Have a fantastic day, and we'll see you Friday morning at 10 a.m., 9 a.m. Central on Nevermind the Furthermore. Have a great day, one and all.
From author Brian K. Morris comes a classic hero in a high-flying, fast-paced, and action-packed steampunk adventure. The original Skyman battles the Master of Steam with an introduction by comics icon and historian Roy Thomas. A Rising Tide and Ace Comics publication, Available now in print or digital format on Amazon.com.
So let's go.
Ooh.
Oh.
My nippies got hard.
Thank you for tuning in to Nevermind the Furthermore, a Rising Tide Publications and Brian K. Morris production. Member of the Comic Book Advocating Network and sponsored by GeekInsider.com. Become part of our show with sponsorship and advertising opportunities. For details, contact advertising at geekinsider.com or visit podcast.geekinsider.com. The Geek Insider podcast is available on your favorite app, so please hit the follow button and share it out to your friends, because if you don't, you might have to turn in your geek card.
Author Cindy Kep is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, and Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Kep at CKOEPP.com today.
Choose high-flying action. Choose death-defying escapes. Choose spine-tingling thrills. Choose nail-biting intrigue. Now's your chance to choose the adventure. The Captain Hawkland Adventures. Available on Amazon.com.
Reels and Heels is a podcast that discusses movies, television, wrestling, and more. With a rotating guest list of friends and filmmakers alike, Reels and Heels salutes the creative arts of all kinds. Join Brian Winzeloff and Nicole Jobin live every Saturday at 2:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Reels and Heels.
Now, every Sunday morning, longtime independent comics creator and Indie Volt podcaster Randy Zimmerman hosts a discussion on the lighter side of comics, the more whimsical and fun comics out there on the Sunday Funnies. That's 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Sunday on Indie Volt, indievolt.com, the Indie Volt YouTube channel, and the usual Indie Volt sites on Facebook. Listen in, won't you? Participate in the chat. Let's have some fun. See you there.